Welcome, Torborg, Chetkovics. Swedavia operates 11 airports in Sweden. What is Swedavia's priorities to minimize the impacts on climate change?
I think we have, since many years, worked very hard on to decrease the environmental effects. We are the world leader in running climate-smart airports, and we also have got certificates from the European organization, ACI, which proves that we are not just talking. You can today be very proud of having 6 of our 11 airports being accredited according to the highest standard. That it's only 11 in the whole Europe who has actually reached this accreditation, minimizing the CO2 emissions with around 50%, and we have also reduced our energy use with around 30%, to just mention 2 very concrete things that we have done. 2020 we will have a 0 emission of fossil CO2 from our own activities. Since the beginning of 1990 we also have a CO2 restriction linked to not only our activities, also to how you're actually coming to and from the airport. Which means that if you take your dirty car and travel out to the airport and then you fly to Zurich, for example, then your CO2 emission is calculated from when you leave your home and until you reach Zurich. And that meant that since we are kind of measured not only on our emissions, but also the trip to and from the airport, we needed to be best in class, first to take care of our own CO2 emissions, but also actually to start to work very close with partners to try to do what we could do to influence people to actually start to travel more with public transport to get to the airport. So I think actually the start of this sense of urgency at Arlanda came through this regulation.
Is it a difficult priority issue?
No, I don't think so. I think they go hand in hand. And also I think we have the aquifer, for example, that we have at Stockholm Arlanda Airport, that investment that we did many years ago, we could write it off in like 5 years' time. So we are, and then after that it's just savings on the energy cost for the airport. We see it as an absolute necessity to continue to be in the forefront on working with climate questions.
Do you have any best practice example from some of the airports that you feel proud of?
I think we have loads, we have many. But I think we could, for example, mention the aquifer that we are using here at Stockholm Arlanda Airport, which is a way of using the energy that is kind of getting out from the heat in the summer and the cold in the winter. And we also have developed a taxi system here at Stockholm Arlanda Airport, which means that only environmental friendly taxis are allowed into the airport.
Airports in cities, together with ship, trains, cars and buses. How do you integrate discussion with in Swedavia with the other hubs?
The transportation sector, we should really work much tighter together. And I think for many years it has been kind of polarization, where either you believe in trains or you believe in aircrafts or whatever. But I think we all need to understand that we should work together. We need to start to work much stronger between the different modes of transportation. I lack the kind of political discussion in this area, and the politicians are primarily interested to discuss rail and road, and that's not bad, but they are missing the rest of it. If Sweden wants to continue to be a global player, the only way to efficient and sustainable get in and out of the country, and also actually inside our very long country, you need to take the plane to a greater extent. Worked quite a lot with the question on the management level during the autumn and the spring. What we are doing now is that we will go deep down in the organization the autumn to come, and then we will start to talk with all our employees about really how they can contribute. I mean, how do I fit into this? Because that's always the trick. What can I do? And we all have different roles, and it's really from doing small things to being part of a big structure, but always to come back to this kind of positive circle with the sustainability vehicle. So because that's how we are picturing it.
Thank you, Torborg.
Thank you.